It's really cool to follow the data here. So you see that when the sun is rising now, you can see how the charging power is increasing.
We're here in Finland to see if this fully electric solar-powered boat might really have unlimited range. We are going on a 5-day cruise through the Finnish archipelago to see if we can make it at least 200 nautical miles on a single charge of its battery. We'll be going to remote islands with no charging infrastructure, relying only on the sun to keep the batteries charged. Come along with us as we push this boat to the limit and find out if a solar-powered boat really can go the distance.
All right, so it's early morning. It's about, what, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock here in Finland right now.
And so, yeah, we're just loading up the boat. Got our camping gear. We're gonna camp at least one night. What is that thing?
It's a fridge. Mini fridge.
Ah, sweet.
We don't drink warm beer in Finland.
Perfect. Keeps it icy cold at all times.
On the morning of the first day, we packed the boat with all the gear we'd need for the trip, which included a tent, sleeping bags, our personal bags, a laptop and filming equipment, coolers full of food, and a toolkit, and some spare parts just in case. The boat we'd be taking is the Elvene Amber, which is 6.5 meters or 22 feet. This particular model had two 10 kilowatt outboards, and it had 1200 watts of solar and 30 kilowatt hours of battery. We hooked it up to the trailer so that we could tow it to the local boat ramp and get underway. But before we left, there was one more thing we had to do.
Waiting a couple of minutes, we'll get a bottle of fresh coffee to go.
Okay, coffee's important.
Yes.
This whole trip is gonna run on coffee. Okay, we got a thermos full of hot coffee, and we're gonna head to the launch button.
The other thing to mention about this boat is that it's not brand new, and it's actually been a workhorse demo boat for Elvene for the last couple of years, and it's been all over Europe on countless demo rides through all kinds of weather, and some of the solar modules aren't working. The battery's gone through its normal degradation, and we wanted to see if the technology is still robust enough for us to put this boat through its paces. Right before we set off, Emil, the CEO of Elvene, ran us through a quick safety brief.
Well, if you hit the ground and start leaking, you have the wooden plug.
Patch,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
plug it.
Yeah, and also like first aid kits and everything like that.
Yep.
Other than that, there's not much to know about this boat. Extremely simple. Just ready to head out.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it.
Let's get going. Let's get some.
And the only policy we have is we always wear life jackets on the boat.
Okay, so we're just heading out into the archipelago now. Any
Yes.
words of wisdom, anything we need to look out for?
Well, you need to look out for rocks.
Oh,
There's plenty of them. We got the Ice Age to blame for that, but
also created the beautiful archipelago.
exactly, created a beautiful archipelago.
Our trip starts in Jakobstad, and for the first leg, we're heading to Talmagasenet for lunch, which is about 20 nautical miles. We're passing this boat manufacturer over here, right next door to Baltic Yachts, which we got an incredible tour of yesterday. And we were off. Our battery started off at 99.7% state of charge. Bjorn, what are we in for?
We can expect beautiful nature. It looks like it's going to be really good weather today, like no wind. You will have the chance to see, like Emil said, our beautiful archipelago.
Which is actually classed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO, so we need to take well care of it.
We set sail with mostly clear skies and almost no wind.
That it's really nice. We don't often go out this early in the morning, so it's really cool to follow the data here. So you see that when the sun is rising now, you can see how the charging power is increasing. So of course we know this in theory that it works like this, but it's really nice to actually just see it live. So right now we're getting about 100 watts more than when we set off an hour ago.
Wow. But after a number of hours of cruising, the sky started to cloud over a bit.
So because of the cloud cover, we're consuming a little bit more, 950 watts roughly, and we're doing about like 4.5 knots. But we're saying we're pushing a little bit more now. Once the clouds roll away, we should be back to sort of charging up the battery. Okay, so current mileage 17.2 nautical miles, and we're at 89%. So we started off with 99, so 10% battery, and 17 nautical miles. So that's already of a 30 kilowatt hour battery. So we're already ahead of the game compared to if we didn't have these panels. 20 miles. Right now we're consuming 0 and still doing 2.4 knots. Is our parking spot?
This is our parking spot. Yes, Brygga, guest harbor.
Brygga's Harbor.
Yeah.
This looks brand new. They just built
Looks
this.
brand new.
You can smell the timber.
Yeah, I'm gonna spin around.
After another half hour of cruising, we finally made it to our lunch destination at about 1 o'clock and with 87.6% battery left.
All right, time for lunch. We're all in jackets coming off the boat. These locals are all in bikinis.
Our lunch spot in Tolmagasenet had a beautiful little harbor with a beach and lots of people enjoying the sunshine. Elvene's sales director Matthew also made it out to join us for lunch.
Oh, really? No, okay.
That's a cool spot.
After lunch, we all headed back to the boat to check out how our charging was going.
So we just finished up lunch, and we've been charging. We've had decent sunlight, and the panels, we didn't wipe them down beforehand, but just it improves efficiency if we clean these down. So we're gonna give them a wipe down. Let's check out our battery state of charge.
It's now 88.3.
88.3.
So we have charged like...
So we're getting 430 watts right now.
Yep.
Of charge. All right, we are ready to go. Matthew joined us for lunch, and Bjorn is taking off. Good sailing with you, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Thanks for joining us, and we are getting ready.
See ya.
All right, just finished lunch. What's our next stop?
Next stop is Kummelskär, the main island in the Mässkär archipelago.
After lunch, Emil and I headed out by ourselves for the next leg of our trip. Our next and last stop for the day was the island of Kummelskär, which was another 30 nautical miles of sailing.
All right, the wind has picked up a little bit. It's probably like 10 to 12 knots, and we're heading bow into it because we're heading out of this bay and we're headed north.
Despite the wind, we were soon able to get some protection as we cut through the islands headed west so that we could make a left turn, head south again, and get to our destination. Out on the other side of the islands, the wind was finally behind us, but we did run into a slight problem when we ran into a drifting fishing net that was hard to see because of the chop. I wish I could have filmed more, but I actually had to put the camera down and do something as this was a problem that was starting to get worse.
Putting the motors in reverse.
Sure.
One of the motors pushing in reverse. The thing's not going very well right now.
All right, I'm gonna skip the content for that actually.
Wow! Yeah, this one has been completely destroyed.
Yeah. So we just about ran through a trap line here and shut the motors off just in time before we get it wrapped around our props. But okay, so we made our turn. We're doing about 4.5 knots, and so far we've done see under current there in the log of 27, a little more than 27 nautical miles today. We're about 84% charge on the battery. It's hard to see it there, but we're doing pretty well. I mean, you can see it's bright out, sunny. Panels all are covered in sunlight, which is what we like. And yeah, anything you want to add?
Nah, we're making good way. Fantastic conditions.
Right on. All right, it's the afternoon and it's coffee time, so we're gonna get started, make a pot of coffee. We got our coffee, so the trip can continue. All right, so the sun's getting low, and we're just about finishing up on day one. And just had a couple of observations. First of all, it's about a little after 10 o'clock right now. The sun's still up and shining, so we're still getting a charge on the batteries through the panels, which is pretty nice. And we just passed 50 miles, and we're at, I believe, 68% battery. And first of all, that is by far the furthest I've ever gone on an electric boat before. And the fact that it still has, more than 50% battery, I mean, like significantly more than that, is feat in and of itself. And just the experience itself, a couple of things I noticed when I was driving the boat earlier. We had a following sea. We had some maybe 1 to 2 foot waves behind us, kind of pushing us with this north wind, and the boat tracks straight. It really. I've been on a lot of boats where they tend to wander, or especially in a following sea where they'll just sort of turn you in a different direction. This boat, it tracks surprisingly straight. It's very comfortable, easy to drive. You just kind of point it where you wanted it, and it goes there, which is really nice. It's really easy. And the other thing is, I was kind of expecting maybe some long days as we're traveling, trying to do this distance record. In other types of boats, it felt like long days, but in this, kind of with the pace we're going, the quietness, it's relaxing. It's quite nice. It's easy traveling, and the only thing I can compare it to, I don't have that much experience sailing, but it's sort of like sailing without the work. It's very relaxed. It just feels easy. It feels like we've kind of been relaxing on the boat all day, making some coffee, hanging out, watching the scenery go by. It's been really nice. So we're about 3 miles away from our destination. We're going to pull in and set up a campsite, set up a tent, eat something, probably have a beer, and then call it a night. And the boat will be starting to charge back up, and in the morning it'll charge up a bit, and we're going to head off. So we'll see you at the campsite. And we made it 54 miles, a little more than 54 miles. Pulling into our little harbor here.
Once we arrived in Kummelskär, we found a spot to park the boat. It had been a pretty long day, so we quickly built a fire to make some food, set up camp so we could get to bed and get some rest for our long day tomorrow.
Okay, we're parked up. We're gonna go find a place to camp for tonight. Emil's got matches and an axe. Or a hatchet. Video. Okay, we made it 55 miles. We're gonna cook some sausages, drink a couple of beers, and there's our trusty Amber out in the distance there. Okay, last thing to mention for tonight, it's 8 past midnight up here in the land of the north and in Finland, and yeah, we just saw the sunset, but it also means that the sun's rising right now. So yeah. We're gonna eat something. We're gonna finish these beers, go get some sleep, and then we'll be at it again tomorrow. Campsite's made. So we spent the night here on this island. The island's called Kummelskär, and this place is Mässkär, and it's an old pilot station, and that they have it set up now for camping and people to come and dock their boats. So we're just making some coffee, having some quick breakfast. Boat's charging up now under the sun, and we're gonna get going about 8 o'clock. So we just left Kummelskär Island, and we're starting off for day 2, and it's about 8:45 in the morning. We pulled in pretty late, and by the time we got to sleep, it was probably about 1 o'clock. And the boat didn't really charge overnight, so we're at the same battery percentage, I think, this morning.
Yep.
But right now we're making pretty good charge. We're moving, and we're only using 130 watts to do it this morning. So Emil, what's the plan for today? What are we doing day 2?
Day 2, we're headed back north. We're actually going back towards Jakobstad, and we're gonna stop at an old pilot station outside of Jakobstad. Stop there for the night, and yeah, hopefully we'll have time to eat some food tonight.
Right. Yeah, last night quick barbecue and a fire and a couple of beers, and then straight to bed.
Today we'd be traveling from Kummelskär to the old pilot station of Mässkär, which is another 42 nautical miles. The only problem with our course today is that we were heading north again, and that north wind hadn't stopped blowing. It had kept steady at 10 to 12 knots, and we were heading into it. The chop was getting worse and worse.
So if you're wondering how stable this boat is, we're in like a 1.5 foot chop right now, maybe 12 knots of wind, and we're boiling water on a little jet boil stove. So that shows you we probably shouldn't be doing this, but we have to make coffee somehow. And yeah, the hull is just it's stable enough that we can do this. So there you go. So it's like mid-afternoon now, and we're still kind of heading into this wind, into this top. It's still slowing us down more than we want, so we're going to change our course a little bit. We're going to tuck behind an island just to block the wind and get a little more favorable track. And yeah, how's the progress going?
It's going well. We've done about 80 miles in total now. Like you said, we got about 12 knots winds against us now, so we're going to hide behind an island. We also just passed the fish trap we went a bit close to, but it went well. So things are looking good.
We made it behind the island, and we got some temporary relief from the wind, but soon we'd have to head back out to sea.
It's really cool on these islands. People have these summer houses, these summer cabins, that when the weather is incredible like this, they just head out here on their boats, and a lot of these are really just off-grid. So they have little solar panels for some power, and that's pretty much it.
On the other side of the island, we were back out at sea, and it was still choppy and a bit rough, and actually getting a bit cold. But the experience was made better by a visit from Emil's brother.
So Emil, that's your brother flying around in that plane? That's okay. Yeah, me too. So his brother has it's a 1980s Finnish.
An old Air Force training plane.
That's awesome. So he's up there. You can see in that plane, taking some photos of us.
Exciting.
Very.
Here on this side.
You can see it. So we're out of the wind now, or really rather the wind has died down. It's maybe about 5 knots now, or maybe even less, and the seas are already laying down quite a bit. And the only issue with that is that we've burned more than we anticipated. With the battery, probably burned about 10% more of energy. So we're like at 41% the battery level. So we are almost done. We've just about covered 40 miles today. We're actually staying on that island just around the corner there, but we're making a quick pit stop in this little fishing harbor for some salmon. There's supposed to be a box waiting for us with salmon on ice. Bit of current there.
Oh, that current's pushing up a bit. Catch of the day.
Nice, beautiful. Locks bucks. All right, we got our salmon in a bag. Gonna get back underway. All right, we just left our fishing harbor. We got a salmon on ice, and we're just going around the corner here, through here, and up to that island we're about to see for our next stop tonight. Now we're on Marco's boat, getting some shots of the Elvene, and yeah, it does. So we're all headed to the island. We're gonna have dinner later, and yeah, we'll see you there. Oh yeah, and some sauna and maybe some beers. Maybe this side.
Right. Wanna come back?
Looking good.
We have the smell, we have the noise. Yeah, we don't. So,
Alright, just gonna jump on.
yeah. Good. See you in a little. Yeah. In a way, I have a feeling if it is not broken, don't fix it. So I don't know if I'll mess it up by refueling, but
Marcus is having some fuel issues. Something you don't have an issue with electric, getting bad electricity. Water in the tank or something like that. All right, almost there.
almost there.
Finnish pilot boat going by. It's 8 o'clock tonight. The sun's still up there. So if we can find a nice sunny parking spot, we should get a bit of charge overnight, which is nice. Because today we're just pulling in now. Like I said, 8 o'clock, 36.2% battery left, and we cover much 41.6 miles today. So 91.6 in total. What are we charging at now? 78? 78 watts. Getting a bit of charge from the rest of the sun here.
Dinner time.
Because of the all-day headwinds and the chop, we ended the day with 36% battery. And with more than half the distance still to go, on a normal boat we'd have to plug in or get fuel, so now we're really going to see what solar can do. But now it's time to meet our friend Marcus and get some dinner and explore Mässkär Island.
All right. We got
some beers, nice view. We made it.
We made it, and we got confirmation that we have beds here.
Oh, excellent. The tent was good, but beds are nice too. Yeah, yeah.
Even better.
Oh,
The
sauna.
Nice,
Perfect.
warming up as well. No, you need to film us in the sauna as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what people want to see, us in the sauna.
That can also be on record.
Marcus made it. He had a bit of water and the fuel issues, but his first time he splashed a boat this season.
Yeah.
And but yeah, glad he made it out to join us for
Very happy to be here.
shrimp sandwiches and beer. Perfect.
Perfect.
See you guys tomorrow. Okay, we are just coming back to the boat after staying up there in that pilot house on Mässkär Island. And we want to see if the boat got any charge. So we're getting 150 watts right now back into the battery. And what's our current battery percentage?
36.
36. So maybe you can talk us through how to start an electric boat. Is it a big complicated process?
It's a big complicated process.
Okay.
You need to have your instructions next to you.
Yep.
You see there's a lot of switches and buttons, and that's the process. Now it's on. Now we're good to go.
Okay, let's go.
Because of the late evening and early morning sun, we didn't get any charge back in the batteries. And with 40 nautical miles to cover that day, we'd really need the extra help from the sun. Our first leg of the trip today was going from Mässkär to another old pilot station on the island of Tankar, which is another 20 nautical miles away. So we said goodbye to Mässkär for now and headed out towards a cut between some islands that would end up being some of the most spectacular scenery on this whole trip.
Okay, so just to show you guys right now, consuming 15 watts. And we're doing about 2 knots right now. We're moving through the water. Coming through these islands, there are so many of these little dream cabins, summer houses. It's really amazing, but you really need to know where you're going. There's so many rocks here. Back there is a propeller graveyard. Just giving the panels a wipe down. Just a little tiny bit extra efficiency. But right now, we're just floating here, waiting for a phone call, but let's see, we're getting 200 watts. Show the difference between the panel angles. So right now, Emil's over there, and we're sort of leaning away from the sun. We're at 221, so now I'm gonna shift weight on this side. We'll see what happens. It's like 100 watt boost. just because the angle is now tilted towards the sun.
We made it to the first canal, which wound its way through a small summer house village.
What's this little canal we're going through?
This is called Juvarpet, and it's a canal here connecting to different bays. So a shortcut here through the archipelago.
What's the water depth here?
It's about 1 meter right now. 1 to 2 meters.
So you need basically a boat with an outboard, a shallow draft.
Absolutely.
So we're now coming out into this other bay.
Yeah. So now we're really in the archipelago here, outside of Larsmo. And we're gonna continue north from it.
At one point, a curious local who was following our trip came to check us out.
Det här var 80 000. Ja. Vilka nubbigt. Det är bra. Kom och provkörarna.
There is a 3-knot speed limit through here. We're doing 2, and right now we're getting 100 watts of charge back in the battery.
It's really rocky through here, and very narrow. As soon as you go off,
See a big rock right there.
so we have to really be careful coming through here. So far, we've been lucky. Or Emil's just very he's a skilled pilot. It's not just luck. We're just passing another electric boat.
This boat here has a little Minn Kota motor on it. We made it through the canals and headed back out to sea with Tankar only a few miles away. All that slow cruising through the canals really let the sun do most of the work and give the batteries a break, and in some cases even charge them back up a bit.
This guy is a really good sailor. He just sailed his way through this very narrow, rocky passage. It's really impressive.
It turns out the sailboat was headed to the same place we were, and one of the interesting things about tracking it is that we were able to compare 2 different forms of sustainable power, solar and wind. Even though the sailboat had a higher top speed than we did, with all the tacking back and forth across its intended direction, we were actually able to catch it and pass it because we could travel in a straight line.
Okay, so we made it to our lunch destination. This is Tankar Lighthouse. It used to be an old Coast Guard station, an old pilot station, and a lighthouse, and now it's mostly a bunch of summer cottages. They have a cafe where we're going to get our salmon soup. That's a fish smoker.
Yeah. So you make a fire beneath, it's like a fireplace, and then you have the fish in the little wooden box.
We made it to Tankar Lighthouse. We've got our salmon soup, and yeah, we are ready for lunch. A couple of hungry skippers. After lunch, we explored the island and saw some of the incredible old buildings. The lighthouse was built in 1889 out of iron components manufactured in Germany, while the lighting element came from Paris.
Look at those stones. Massive. We just finished our lunch on Tankar, and we took a walk around the island, and now we're setting off for our destination for tonight. actually, we ended up charging about 2% back in the battery during lunchtime.
So our next leg will take us from Tankar all the way down south through a freshwater lake that we had to lock into and lock out the other side to the island of Kultmanholmen, where we had a small cabin waiting for us.
Okay, we just came from the sea, basically, and now we're going into this sort of freshwater lake. And so we have to get there, we have to go through this lock. So this lock is actually automatic lock. It's the first automatic lock I've ever been to. There's no lock master. Apparently we just give this line here a little tug, and that tells the lock that there's a boat wanting to come through. Alright. Grab this thing and just pull it down. Now looks like the light's yellow. Once that's open, we should get a green light. It's safe for us to go in. Green light.
Vaararaja. Danger zone.
Danger zone. We tug on that rope?
No, that's an emergency.
Don't tug on that. Gotcha. Levels rising. Cool, there's the lake. Wow. It is so calm in here.
It is.
Compared to where we just came from. So this boat does fit through that lock.
Yeah, now we know. It
Yeah.
does fit. Yeah. So this is one of the 100,000s of lakes in Finland.
Our next task was to see if we could fit under two very low bridges so that we could get to the lock on the other side of the lake and get to our island where we're staying tonight.
I'm trying to get through this bridge here. Looks like it'll be a little skinny. But yeah, we have like probably half a meter. Plenty of room, yeah, almost a meter. Easy.
I'm really hoping we can get through that.
Yeah, same.
Otherwise we have to go back out at sea and go back the same way we came.
Well, I think at least the other one we should be able to hopefully get through. We're concerned about the bridge being too low. We don't really know what we're going to find here. It's not on the chart. If we're lucky, it's not even there.
Exactly.
We're about to come around a corner here and see either big disappointment or joy if we can get through. Okay, so the bridge we were worried about is that thing, and we can totally make that. So we're gonna have our hot sauna tonight. We were thinking about we might have to pitch a tent somewhere in this field here, but we'll make it. All right, we made it through the last bridge and these little canals, so we're pretty well home free. Really cool little boathouse. People enjoying their summer house. So this is where are we at now? This is like the big part of the another part of the lake, and then we keep transiting and go through another lock, and then we're in the sea. Yeah.
We're gonna go through another lock and back out to sea, find our cabin and our sauna.
Perfect. All right, it's about what time is it? Like midnight? Not quite.
Yeah, 11:20.
11:20. We made it to the other lock, the other side of the lake. So.
Problems. That's what I believe. Oh, but this is low. Uh-oh.
Down we go. So this is separating this lake back there that was all fresh water from the sea. Yeah, nice sharp turn when you got a lock. It's almost impossible. Okay, we are just finishing up the day, just pulling into our island where our cabin is. We've got about 16% battery left for today, and the plan is we're going to hang out on the island tomorrow, let the boat charge up. So we're parking on the east side of the island, so we should get that morning sun and give us a good charge. We're in our traditional cabin, and dinner is on the fire.
If you're enjoying the trip, then stick around and keep a lookout for the next and final episode and see if we make it the full 200 miles.
Well, we're still going, and we have 1.1% battery left.
I'm Justin with Aqua Electric. Thanks for watching.